heard any good news from the EDEV program. Even I, your faithful announcer, has found it very, very hard to care about anything. This is a dark day indeed.
To pull a widget out of a dock.
Hi.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
I don't know. She's looking at all sorts of mod view. I don't know. So, anyway, we're back. We're live. I'm not in my space flight lab jacket because today it is all about the commercial missions. And for commercial missions, obviously, I guess I should have at least a name tag. But anyway. So yeah, we're doing some casual commercial flights.
Yeah.
You know, just hanging out. Let's see, we got a couple of bits of things to go over here. We got this message from Commander Krell. She's on me again, you know how she gets. When she hadn't had her Kerbal coffee, or whatever that would be. So, I see that Mr. Clowns wants some former moderator duty. Well, we don't quite have that power yet. I don't have the power to set anybody up as a VIP yet. But I can also just not pay attention to anyone else who's pretending to be Capcom. That's easy enough. So that's probably what's going to end up happening for the time being. We got a ways to go until we get some of those extra powers.
I think I just got all the extra powers.
She's got all the powers for now.
I think I do. I don't know. You'll have to come and check it out afterwards.
Okay. Mod view, you said?
I don't think you can hear me.
Can you? Looks like I can hear you. He says he can hear you.
I can hear her. I can hear her.
Do it with a bang command.
I think I can do it.
Yeah, the chat message kind of commands. That kind of thing.
Ding dang it.
So this is the capsule command with priority 1. Moderation of textual communication systems. That's what we don't have ability to do yet. Control of misinformation. Well, you know, that's always what we got to do, right? Everybody's got to handle that nowadays. Independently.
Spelling me best good. Exactly.
So we're just going to leap right into it.
Alright.
We're going to fly around. Come on, yeah. There you go. Yeah, a little bit too much one side. Don't show the junk behind the curtain. That's why we're green screening, because the background's otherwise just way too cluttery. I think I'm going to have to move my over a little bit, because now we're going to have two peoples, or Kerbans, flying around.
Time to rock and roll into commercial space flight. It only took NASA 20 years, so I'm sure it'll go well.
Well, we had a fair amount of experience, quite frankly, with the suborbital and orbital flights early on. So I think we've got the engineering-ish down to, when was the last manned flight?
I actually did not hear you or me.
You don't hear either of us? It shows us being on. Is your side muted? Because it sometimes comes up default muted. Do you hear the music?
No.
Ba-da-doo.
Okay, if it's 100% fine for him...
Ba-da-doo. Maybe refresh the page to begin with, just to when it turn it off and on again. So, the last manned flight was a little while ago when I tested this out. Because, of course, we're not going to start completely dry. So, we have here two contracts.
We're building Jiminy, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And we're going to keep it minimal because, of course, we oddly enough only get paid the same amount, or get paid the same amount for both the suborbital and the orbital flight, which seems just wrong. So here's our little suborbital craft. We're going to keep it simple, see?
Also, simple works. Keep it simple, stupid.
Right. So there's our lovely little craft. He's, yes, The pods, they
Oh,
are
God.
slightly unstable.
I see a fatal error.
What's fatal
Sorry, I
about
have to
it?
cough. Spherical capsule. Alright, go ahead. I
Equal
see it
very
now.
bad. Yeah, but manageable. Plus, it's fairly lightweight for these cheap flights. Look, only 8,000 Kerbal
So this is the first time I've seen that, and that is ugly.
Well, we'll probably do that as well. Because this Mark II command pod is a whole lot heavier and wider and stuff.
Okay, they stopped using them with only 3 missions. That should say something. Why not the aerodynamic one, the MK1 question mark?
Well, cheap, being super cheap. Cheapity cheap. Cheapest, most powerful engine, minimal number of tanks.
Question mark. Why? Why?
Cheapity cheap.
Just make it
That's
first.
why.
CHEAP.
Cheap, eepity peep. So I think we've already got this guy set up with the crew here.
He's
Nope.
pointy or you're gonna die, buddy.
Nah, it'll be fine. We got ourselves Jebediah, our pilot, and
Oh no.
Doble Kerman here is the
You
tourist.
think he's gonna kill things? Uh oh.
No, we're not gonna die. Don't worry, we're not
Are
gonna
you
die.
gonna kill stuff?
No.
People will die.
Nah,
What about
Kerbals?
Kerbals?
Kerbals will be fine. Look, we got like
Look.
2.0 on the
I
thrust to weight
foresee it on my
ratio.
ball.
We
Do
got.
you foresee it on your
you
ball,
know.
honey?
He only got 2,300 meter per second. He ain't gonna be able to get out the atmosphere
My
or do
purple
anything
crystal
accident
ball.
like. But let's see. We need to take Double here. Double?
the titanium
Doubles?
ball.
What's this guy's name? Double?
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 I don't know.
Double Kerman?
Of
Now, what- that's-
aerodynamic doom.
That's got to be based on some real person.
Dobie? I
Dobie.
can't even read that, and I
I know.
have glasses on. Well, your little screen is a little bitty now. There seems to be a lot going on outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but he's cheap and he's small and it works.
In real life, it would be encapsulated.
Yes, we'll see that on the next one. But here for suborbital, we're good to go.
It works.
For
In
suborbital,
quotes.
let us go
Not tested. I don't know. It might be tested.
Well, this one is not the original one. The original one was the orbital mission. And once I got the orbital guy going, then I went back and said, let's make a suborbital version. Let's get me outside of the
Oh,
way.
boy.
So there's Jeb and Doble.
Oh
Double?
boy.
Double?
Who knows? Tell us,
Whatever.
Mr. Melted Clowns.
That looks like a good place for it. Alright. Let's see.
Prepare
So,
for unseen consequences.
unforeseen consequences. Well, we have a very simple row program. We're going to wait until we get all the way up to about 100 meters a second. And then we're just going to barely move over. And then we're just going to coast through the rest of it. We're essentially going to do...
G-Man fades in. I hope not, man. Come on.
We're essentially going to do a...
Come on.
what's that guy out in the desert with the feather? Who's the feather spacecraft?
One parachute.
One big
No
parachute.
control surfaces. Over mass lander. He's just gonna, break it down, Foxy Brown, for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Flight is not advised.
But it'll survive, and we'll make our money, and it'll be cool. Come
Danger.
on, Danger, Will Robinson.
Still. Danger.
So, what is the name of the stupid?
Don't say stupid.
I can't remember the space flight company. Blue Origin. There we go.
Survival. Oh, Blue Origin.
So Blue Origin basically just jumps up
What
into the
was it?
sky until you're into space, and then lets you fall back to Earth. Right? It's barely even an arc. They land a couple of miles or so, or kilometers.
Was this tested
Away from
unmanned
Earth.
first? Of
course not.
course not.
Nah, of course not. Trust me, it'll be fine. Guidance.
Trust me.
Guidance is go. Throttle is
Oh,
full.
God.
Countdown
I
has
just don't want you
begun.
to kill stuff.
No Kerbals will die in the execution of this mission.
Of course not. And then, Germa Mars. I'm unfamiliar.
We're
so
going
not hip.
straight up. Straight up. We need to crack 100 meters a second. This spacecraft likes to go off to one side.
There's like a pig and a...
I don't know what all those are,
what
but
those
just
are.
screaming.
The crowd gasps.
Gee, I wonder why. Yeah, he doesn't like to be upright. But that's okay, because I figured it out already.
Oh,
So once I get to... There we go. Once I get to about
no
3...
aerodynamic controls, no aerodynamic stability.
Well, it's nice and aerodynamically stable with the fins. There we go. So once we crack over into about the 3 1/4 thrust to weight ratio, we get a little better control over. Uh-oh. A little less of control over than we used to have. But that's okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're good. Alright.
Is this
What?
a Reliant?
What? It is, yes, a Reliant. It is not the swivel. Come on, you. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, boy.
Come on,
Here
come
we
on,
go.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Dang it! Dang it, Bobby!
Making it hard on yourself as always.
Ah! This worked in test flight mode. I got unstable. Alright. We're ditching the
Sure.
base craft
it is.
there.
Sure.
Wobble.
Pats on
Whee!
shoulder.
Floating away.
Alright, so this is 100% not what you thought was going to happen?
No.
Okay.
It flew better the first time.
So, because things have changed in the last 3 days, so I don't know.
What do you mean last 3 days?
Well, you know, one day it was this, and the next day it was that. And
Well, we did not make it to orbital.
one flight doesn't mean poop.
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 2 flights equal kind of, sort of.
Well, he's getting a bonus non-suborbital flight.
3 flights equals almost science.
This worked perfectly fine in test. It was
4
bad
flights
piloting.
equals maybe safe.
I gotta tell you, it was just bad piloting on my part. I just gotta
This
let it go
happens a
straight up.
lot.
I just gotta let it go straight up.
What am I
Quit trying
supposed
to
to do about that?
be, well, this is fine, well, we lost his
Do I
little
know?
engines there,
Do
he's
I?
coming down. They're fine. They're just balanced.
No
just
control
wobbling.
fins. He sees a lot wrong. A round top.
There we go.
Does a dance of spite. Ugh.
I gotta tell you though, he did do a lot better on the swivel engine. I gotta give you that. I think maybe he needs to try again with the swivel engine. Everything else perfectly fine.
Well, the chute works.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Doble gets an extra ride. He's all happy.
Oh boy.
It cost all sorts of money.
For
but,
now, at low altitude.
Well, we could try both of these flights in the big craft. The orbital flight. We're just going to jump from this total miserable failure straight into a much more complicated orbital flight. How's that sound? That sound like fun?
I only had one scheduled day in my whole life to do this.
Sorry, Duder. Recover vessel. Alright, well, considering all of that, you'll like the orbital version much better.
That's funny.
We got some funds back. We got some semi-experience.
Doble. Is it Doble? Is that how it's pronounced?
I guess.
Put down several hill.
Oh, he'll get to go again. You ready to go again?
Are you gonna change it?
Yes.
Okay.
Let us be off with the Reliant engine,
I
even though he makes a lot more thrust, and put on Mr. Swivel engine, which gives us way more control. And with Mr. Swivel Engine, I'm much more confident that he'll perfectly fine flying just like this. See, like if we do this and this, he's got good aerodynamics.
Totally safer. Hi, new people in the room.
Well, we don't need to go orbital. This is suborbital, hence the sub-O.
Sub-O.
So let's try our new suborbital tiny craft. I like being able to have more flights. Doing a lot more launches and landings in one night instead of these way out to the moon and back.
Yeah, but that was horrifying.
Oh, it was fine. They landed. Look, he's back in the capsule. He's perfectly
I think I paused chat for some...
Somehow.
Is anybody talking?
I don't know. I see the high new people in the room.
Okay, is that it?
That's
okay. All right.
Ooh.
No, I didn't. It said I paused chat, and that's the first. That's never happened before, so I have no idea what the heck that means.
All right. So now, again, we're just gonna do a blue origin and go straight the hell up.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I don't like that guy.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about him.
You don't like Bezos?
No. Just go up. He says, just go up. It looks very phallic.
That was intentional. That was to make sure that we had full thrust before we released.
Yeah, right.
It was a hold down clamp to make sure that we were at full throttle and had good thrust.
Pulling it up. Look at the carbons in your thing. They are not happy with you.
Oh, they're having fun.
No.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine.
No. Warming up the turbo pumps.
Stupid staging changes when I move stuff around.
Oh, that's awesome.
Stupid. You didn't yell staging. It's all your fault.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't hear anything, so I'm all thrown off. I'm completely thrown.
So all we got to do for this contract is to get Mr. Doble here above 70 kilometers and back safely. That's all we got to do. It shouldn't be hard. What do we got? We're at 25, 26. We're just going straight on up. We got 4 on the thrust to weight. We're not going anywhere, so what are we? Why is it a blind burn?
Right? I should.
67, 66! Stupid staging!
Hi. New people.
Alright, well, poop on that.
Poop on that.
Whee! Let's see, we're just going to drop that right back down on the launch pad,
so
apparently.
This is definitely one hundo, not what you said you were going to do tonight?
No, it's close. We were just supposed to get to 70 instead of 64.
He said a lot of stuff.
I like how these guys just sort of slowly fall down.
But he said, what was the former plan? He was going to take some Kerbins up to get some, stuff. He was going to get stuff from it.
We're taking this here Kerbin.
And I don't know about that. I never saw that thing until you saw that thing. The rocket with the big
pod.
Bulbous head. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, we just had a staging failure because of the stupid change in
That's fear, though. Yeah, I'm not into it.
It's fine.
Looks like the new R2-doo-doo.
If it weren't for the stupid staging problem, we would have been fine.
We would have been fine.
We only needed another 6 kilometers. Another 10% or so. We wasted that on the launch pad.
You did it!
I know. Because I didn't check staging. You didn't say staging.
I forgot.
Woo, look at that. You're almost there.
64.8
64.8 is where we're supposed to get to at the height. Woo.
Man,
and we're coming back
guy
down.
Who messed this up for me. Oh, yeah. It was me.
And And I suppose we might as well point retrograde. So we do have something of an arc. Yeah, we aren't just dropping our leftover engine there down into the
heat shield anywhere. Heat shield?
Yeah, heat shield. No, because you know.
No heat shield. Why? Why would you have a heat shield?
It has a built-in 220 ablator. So, because we're not sending him up very high or very fast, he's got some ablator already. So, shake hands with danger. What? We're fine. In fact, I can go ahead and stage the dang parachute so I don't forget it later. Now we're just going to slowly fall back down to the surface. Increasingly fast. Increasingly quickly. Few seconds in non-optimal. That's what we're going for. A few seconds non-optimal. Cheap. Cheapity cheap cheap. Now, mind you, we've already given this guy 2 free flights, because now we still have to give him 1 more to get him into orbit. Parachute stage.
Generals are not cheap. They are not.
I don't think he's going to quite break 1,000, actually. He's got a fair amount of... I hear wind noise now.
I don't hear nothing.
He's got a... Yeah. See, we really weren't going up too high to come in too hot.
So, do you get science or anything?
No, because we've already done all the science this close to the planet.
Nope.
So, there's no more science to be had this close to the planet, unfortunately.
He's just shooting tubes. So, how many times can you do this?
As long as I have money.
Das sind Bubentuben.
That slowed them down nicely. And look, they're not even all that far from the launch pad.
He's gonna go bankrupt doing this, just like last time.
What do you mean bankrupt? I got like $250,000 whatchamajidgets. And these are only like $8,000 rockets. Dollar, I guess. Kerbal dollars.
Don't go broke.
Don't go broke.
And the way you're flying, you're going to need every penny.
Alright, well, so should we just skip to the orbital, which is far more capable rocket? And then we can come back and maybe even use that rocket for the suborbital, which will be even easier because it's a much more robust rocket. She was off for the candy.
I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Looks like they might roll down a hill.
Why are you going to roll down? Well, it is a ball, right?
Don't roll down the hill. Jib.
Does it have legs?
Oh, nah, it's okay. It's flat enough. Another reason the round ball ain't used anymore. I bet.
They did it 3 times, 3 missions.
Okay, one last mission.
Alright.
One last little mission.
Alright, try it. I'm with you.
We recovered some funds.
What funds?
Well, the capsule and the parachute. So, the only other last thing... Well, first off, that stupid thing down there.
Russians never landed in it. They ejected high up. $3.
Chickens. So if we throw another fuel tank on here, we'll definitely get to the right altitude.
If you don't do what you did before...
Yeah, well, I moved that already. So this is still like a bare minimal. But I don't want to screw with the thrust to weight ratios already.
This ain't going to orbit.
It ain't going to orbit. No, it's a suborbital. Suborbit.
Not even suborbital, really.
Well, just barely. Hey, you got the 66. He only has to get to 70. We'll give him just a little bit more fuel, maybe.
No.
Maybe just like a little half tank of fuel here. Let's see what that does to the... That does our... 1.5 on the thrust to weight ratio. That's not so great. a little. Don't think so? Extra fuel ain't gonna cut it. 23. I'd rather get closer to 3,000. Well, that was... Well, that
we need to power boosters. Or stages.
Well, there he is back
Cheap
to where he
doesn't
started.
work.
Well, hence the Reliant engine. And if we go for the straight up shot,
kills.
we can go back to... Let's go back to the Reliant engine. And maybe find our directional fins, if we can, for control. Here's a Delta Deluxe wing, right?
You're gonna change your rocket?
Well, we're gonna...
Delta Deluxe is so fine.
Is so fine?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
He needs to change the rocket.
This is one of those times where we need...
You're always saying he never don't change the rocket. You've been so angry.
But those were tested designs. This is a less tested design.
Yep.
Yeah, thrust to weight 2. That'll get me up going fast.
Tested where?
In the previous
In his brain,
hours,
I guess.
Like a few hours ago.
He did do it.
Mirror lane. She was all at, like, why are you spending 3 hours on that?
Well, we're going to spend 2 hours tonight. Why?
Okay, we're good. On the tourist is in place. We have much more thrust to weight ratio, which means we get up faster.
So you don't need to heat shield.
No, we're not going to go fast
And you
enough.
stage.
We're not going to stage because we're just going to throw them up into the sky. Throw them up into the sky.
And you have plenty of parachutes.
Yeah, well, it's the same parachute rig as last time. What could
possibly go wrong? Yeah.
Guidance, throttle, countdown. We're going fast these days.
Wacky music.
Don't worry, Doble. It'll be fine. We're not going to even bother to arc if we can avoid it. If anything, just a little bit that way.
Looking stable.
We got to get up. I'm not going to try and move until we get up to a little bit higher speed. But really, it's the thrust to weight ratio here. Well, I don't know with these new Delta fins, actually. How much control I have. There. That's just a...
We're going to start losing the aerodynamics as it drains down.
Yeah. Because the whole...
I'm watching your inputs.
My inputs. Yeah. We're not doing much now. We just needed enough to get out over the water. We don't need much of any arc.
Telemetry is active.
Just barely
doesn't like you're moving.
Just barely touching on the on to give it just a little bit of westward or eastward arc here. Let's see what our altitude is. Come on now. You can do it. 70. With just barely.
Download enabled. Oh, downlink enabled. Yay.
Ditch that stage. Ooh, that looks weird.
Did it go back? Bad staging.
Bad staging?
Didn't wait.
Ah.
Now it's just rolling its head.
There we go. You just needed a little help to stay stable. Alright. We're getting 54.
Aerodynamic reconnection.
Doot, doot. Doot, doot.
Damage confirmed.
What damage? Who's damaged? Nothing's damaged.
Battery?
Yeah, he's got battery. It's actually fairly aerodynamic. It doesn't seem like it. We have a
flight time?
Suborbital space flight on Kerbal.
Alright.
And we're going to cruise up. Watch, this is like, we're going to leap up into the sky and land in the water. That's all we got to do.
Pretty sure you got to do both in one mission. I might be wrong.
What do you mean? Go up and land? Well, yeah. In fact, now let's just lock on retrograde so that we'll be butt down when we need to be. We're high enough now. Oh, if there's not any atmosphere up here, I guess there's no.
You have to launch an orbital mission both guys, and it counts for both.
With both pilot and both pilots, rather? Does it count for the tourists? Does the pilot get the experience if he's taking a tourist?
Does getting into orbit mean suborbital too?
Whee!
Pilot gets experience for orbit.
Oh, here we're coming up on it. We're coming up on the apogee. Let's take a look outside. You want to see what he can see for all his money? What? What?
No,
I can't look out the windows?
Uh-uh.
What a ripoff! I can't see nothing but his fat head! I want my money back! This is a flipping ripoff! I can't see nothing!
You get paid now.
And this is the captain's view. I don't know, can I pilot it from here?
Yeah, do a strike against the round gap shield.
I know, it's horrible for touristiness. See, Jeb gets a great view.
Yes, you can pilot it.
Let's see. There.
Using instrument control.
There's your view of the stars.
There's the Milky Way-ish thingish.
There's the other Milky Way.
Use nav ball for orientation.
Let's see, where is the nav ball?
It was on the next shot, that one.
Yeah. And I think some of the... Oh, that's right, we've got the SAS turned on. That's a little more difficult than I'm used to. So here we are, falling back to
all these
into
controls
space.
give you valuable information. It's pretty fun. I just don't want him to kill things.
I wonder is there there's got to be a way to get data in and out of this game to other things, because I'd like to do my own control panel and fly my own control panel.
All right.
That'd be cool if I could get all the simulation data out. Really, it's just lat long altitude, that kind of stuff. Attitude. Look, my first stage still hadn't hit the water yet.
I bet there's stuff for that, but I don't know how it works on Kerbal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Steam specific or Kerbal specific. Here comes our use of a blader. Whee!
Re-entry.
Against a gentle re-entry. Look at the G-force meter. They don't have that pose. They're all just ee. Alright, here's a good time for a parachute. Nice and early. Yeah, they're getting all G-lock grayed out.
They don't look like it.
Hey, but what do you know? We might land right back at the Space Center, and he can, like, take his Uber home. Look at that. Can we have Jeb EVA right there at the Space Center? Look at that. Look at that. It is a Blue Origin flight after all.
Exactly.
We're coming down just about where we took off.
I found out the Suez uses a super accurate gamma ray altimeter.
Well, you don't want to confuse your metrics when it comes to your altimeter, that's for sure.
The bottom of this is kind of not a place you want to stand.
Yeah, right. So it's literally like shooting out gamma rays and then detecting what bounced off and the whole time delay? Is that
There's
the idea?
There's a big sticker for it. That was Suez.
Soyuz.
What did I say? Suez? You know what I meant.
One's a canal, one's a capsule. Whatever.
Excuse me, whatever. You knew what I meant.
Well, I think we can go ahead and accelerate to the ground here.
It's detecting the reflected rays and particle density of the air.
Well, I imagine that's how it'd work. Let's see, did we get credit for our itinerary?
No.
Not yet, because we have to land. We have to land safely. When we come in, we're under 100 to the ground. Look at that, you're like walking distance. In fact, can like jib EVA right here? Well, that sounded harsh.
Ow!
What did that explode exactly?
What's there to explode? Did they die?
No, they're just sitting here.
I don't know what the landing speed was, neither do I. Since you had the ball
It
closed.
wasn't all that fast. Seems a little odd and different.
Lights on.
Is it? There you go. Mission successful. Well, this one.
Spike and say.
I guess we have to.
Second says mission successful. Sure.
Recover first, and then we'll be successful.
What?
The simulation gives different results. Yeah, I just now realized that the flag is there so you know what the wind speed is. So, we recovered a bunch of stuff.
What's that?
The tourists got some experience. Let's go check out the active. So, the other one is to take Jedley. What a name. So Jedley wants to go up in orbit. And he has seen these flights all today. And he's like ready to go. He's ready to rock and roll. He's like, yeah, that seemed perfectly normal.
I'll give you nothing, right? I'm going to give you nothing. Jedley, want to get into orbit already.
Didn't you see? We had like 3 flights before. But we're not using this piss poor little barely operational POS. We're using its daddy. Its daddy who was... Its daddy? I don't know. It butted off, so it's not really a daddy. We're using tourist craft. Twice
Tiny
as
baby
expensive.
rocket.
There you go. Now we're talking rocket.
His older brother.
Now, this one, he's got himself a center core, and some boosters, and some gantries.
Staging.
Yes, we are staging. And it's got
I've done my job.
1.78 on the thrust to weight, which is a little low, but he's okay. And then he's got this upper core for getting into stage. So this entire first stage and center core are just burnt to go straight the hell up. Well, not straight, but mostly straight up. Yeah, you don't get to see... You can't see out the stupid capsule anyway. So, what difference does it make if he's encapsulated on the way up? I'm just not giving them their space flight for the money, am I?
Hi, all the new people in the room. I have no idea what I'm doing. I can't see crap. I'm just blackout curtains.
I know, because he's inside this capsule he can't see on the way up.
Rumble him around.
But this time he's going to be in orbit, so he'll get a chance to, look around the planet once he's up there. Right? So let's double check who's on the crew.
Wow, you did a cool flight, dude.
We don't need Bill Kerman. We need Jedley. So Jeb is going to get all the experience here, apparently. Well, I guess we could get rid of Jed. Let's put in Valentina. Uh-oh. Woman driver. Woman pilot. No, they're actually a hell of a lot better at the details.
They'll be able to get to their seats once safely in orbit. Boo. I drive. He doesn't even drive.
Yeah,
So
I don't drive. It's all her. That's why it's funny to us.
It's funny.
Valentina, she's only 2 orbits around Kerbal, or 3 around the moon. Let's see, Jeb. He's I guess they're about the same. So throws bottle.
Calm down.
Calm down now. It's just a nice, leisurely little orbital flight.
They're both probably won't gain like actual experience points.
No, but the engineer isn't a pilot, and he don't know how to fly.
They will gain orbit points, though.
Yeah. All right. So this one's tested fine. It's perfect.
Engineers don't want to fly alone.
It's fine. It's great. Let's just go.
All right.
We checked it out earlier. It's all good.
Sure.
Sure. Tight.
Yeah.
Boy, that delay.
I don't know. I can't hear nothing, so I don't even have my headphones on anymore. I'm just hearing what you say.
All right.
It's great. Just find us go. Design a safety board. Sure.
Guidance. Throttle. Double check our stupid staging.
Stupid staging, man.
Stupid staging.
You're losing, people.
So the plan is to go straight up.
Fins?
Yes. See, they're like little bitty fins. What? You don't like them? They're inside the. There they are.
Extreme bottom.
Examine bottom.
Is that what he said?
Yes. You're thinking something totally different. You shouldn't be missing a fin. No, he's got all 4 of them.
No controllable surfaces.
No, that's what we got the vector thrust engine for.
Oh. Only the core stage has fins, and none of them have aerodynamic controls.
Yeah? What are you trying to say? It might be a little unstable?
Yeah.
Well, again, this one is a tourist flight, so we're just going to mostly fly straightish the hell up. A little bit tilted off to the side.
Straightish the hell up.
Yeah.
You will struggle to maintain control.
Well, we shall see. Countdown has begun. You ready?
Sure.
Push the button. Do it.
Safe control will not be possibly in off nominal flight conditions.
Well, it seems to be reasonably aerodynamically stable in the previous flights. And also because I'm not trying to really roll over much.
I can't see inputs. Where's inputs?
That one.
Thank you.
And then I hit him again right away.
No, never mind.
Hang on. There we go. Let me just finish staging. There we go. So we're going to go to a pretty high altitude. I want to get over just slightly though.
Why?
Well, because I don't want to go completely straight up. I want to get a little bit
gently up.
I want to get a little bit of the gravity boost, spin boost, whatever it is. I guess it's spin boost.
Stand by for atmospheric escape.
I get just about like that, just enough to kind of be up and about. And we're about to lose our atmosphere. Okay, now let's get over to here, and actually let's just track prograde. There we go. Track prograde.
It's not really going that fast, is it?
Not so much. Pew!
It's moving along nicely.
That's a pretty nice little clip.
Conform.
And I'm just going to burn my entire center core on this arc to get as high up as possible. Because I got lots of transfer stage, and the higher up I am, the less transfer stage I need to get into the...
You're just lobbing it up there.
Well, let's see what we're at now. Yeah, 150-ish.
Valentina and Jedley.
Jedley, yeah. Jedley Kerman looks nervous.
Yeah, very nervous. I don't know you guys, man.
I don't know you guys.
Valentina focused like a laser. She's been with us before. She knows.
She knows
she
what to
needs
expect.
to be on fucking focused like a laser.
Yeah, a good 250 kilometers up. That'll give us a whole lot of less gravity to fight.
Valentina has met death before. They are friends. Not with us. We killed Jebediah. Jedediah.
Now, I intentionally did
She
not
fears
immediately
not the cold
fire.
grip of space.
Look at that. So we're going to ditch this safely. Well, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully that won't land on that poor little island. But...
Lord.
So, let us get to our apogee.
Visual
See how this nice...
trajectory confirmation.
See how we're nice way out here? And it don't take but like 2 minutes of burn.
Burn time? Question mark.
Burn time, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Exclamation mark.
I'm gonna
Question mark.
reduce
Okay,
that
I
some.
guess.
I don't need quite all that. In fact, I've taken to just doing this. Putting in a budget. You know? So that's
That
a nice
seems awful
circular...
close.
Well, it's
Whatever.
400 and 280. Oh, let's take it off that. First off.
That's not close at all, really.
Let's see.
You say so. Remember, space is freaking enormous. Yeah, we can't fathom space. Even in
Not
Kerbal.
so much.
I can't fathom space.
There we go. That looks more like it. Yeah, I don't like that. I like that orbit better. Alright, we've only got a minute 25 to the next burn, so
well,
we
I can
won't
sort
bother
of
working.
fathom it, but only like music video level detail, like flying by planets, but past the distances get crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can think about it, but we can't really, fathom it.
It was some story when I was, probably from the 70s, or 80s, someone tried to, a school teacher tried to collect enough bottle caps to give people an idea of the scale of, staging. Actually, didn't need to burn immediately, but I did need to stage so that I can burn.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh. Sorry, we're all just a little sinusy around here.
But past the distances get crazy. Yeah, I agree.
There was a school teacher tried to collect a million bottle caps so that people have an idea what a million of something would feel like or something. The Oort cloud. Is that where Pluto and the rest of those little proto-planets come from? Dwarf planets?
They did the, in the gymnasium, they did, like, the planets and how they would be, and then there would be, imagine this huge ball outside, because there's no way we could, possibly have it.
If the sun was this beach ball...
Yeah. Kuiper Belt is...
Kuiper Belt, that's... The Oort cloud is further out, isn't it?
Oort cloud is further... I thought... Yeah.
Well, that was part of our, long-distance goal, was to visit the Oort cloud, unbuckle the Kuiper Belt.
Right. Yep, dude.
Unbuckle the Kuiper Belt and visit the Oort cloud.
The way you remember things. Oort cloud is the outer area near inhospitable and home to hundreds of dwarf planets.
And we don't even bother to give them all names nowadays, don't we?
No. Well, yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know.
somebody does.
They named all those. You know, some dude's selling the copyrighted list of all the names of the stars, right?
Yeah.
Put a star in your name, and it'll be copyrighted in my book, but otherwise totally non-official.
They've been naming them, but it takes a long time.
Do we have to talk to the planet and make sure it's reached its adolescence?
What does it want to be called? Especially since only a few people know or care.
Well, yeah.
It's getting
then
smaller
that's
every
even better.
day as well.
Well, that's even better. Than if few people know or care, then I can name them anything I want. Planet McPlanety Face.
Bodie McBoatface. No, that's why you people don't get to do that.
That's why we never let the internet name things anymore.
Never again. Xetna and Iris has been known since 2004, but they are still blurry dots. Have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Poorly studied.
Alright, throttling back.
They're just so far and so small.
Alright.
Very hard to study. Yeah, right?
We're cruising in a nice little circular orbit.
And what are you going to do in that orbit?
Well,
so what are you supposed
Mr.
to
Jedley
do?
here is going to take a view and look around. Look. Orbit around Curry.
Don't let him get out. Don't do any of that.
No EVAs.
Oh, boy.
He's up and about. He's just cruising around the planet. That's all.
Do you remember when he did that, Melted Clowns? Got out of the stupid thing?
So now this one has heat shield, 4 battery packs, stronger reaction wheel. So, and the arrow shield on the way up. And extra fuel. So we've got 1134 left. Would we be able to, in this craft, get out to the moon?
Why would you go to the moon?
Well, that'll be the next tourist flight, is no doubt trying to take somebody next to the moon.
Was an incredible look into Oort Cloud and stuff. Yes, please do not disembark. Not safe, he says.
No, we're not disembarking. I'm just going to do a little orbital study here about how much it would take to get to the moon or fly by the moon.
Not moon safe.
So
return speed too high.
Well, that is quite possibly the problem.
Extreme re-entry danger.
Yeah, this is true.
Imminent death. You say imminent death a lot to us, okay? Seriously.
So if we went out here, we'd encounter the moon. And if we didn't do anything, we would just come back around to this, right? So if we didn't actually do anything here when we encountered the moon, we would cruise past it. What is this? This is a moon escape, and I'd come back around to the planet, right? That should be like a free return, right? Not for this mission, but maybe the next one. Because this guy, he only paid for an orbital flight, not a moon flight. And the other guy just sucked up all my... Well, again, that's part of the plan.
It would be free, yes, but the return speed would have to be managed, which is a problem.
Well,
a more aerodynamically stable capsule would be safe for return.
Yeah, we'd probably save it for the big capsule.
Like the MK2.
Yeah. So this one's got 45 seconds of burn to do that, and then that would only leave us with 30 seconds of burn to otherwise slow down. Right? And that would mean we'd fly out to here, we'd see the moon, not orbit the moon, and then we come back. But I think you're right. We'll save that for the bigger capsule.
So what did you actually get for any of this?
Money.
What money?
Like-
$2, Chuck?
Like $37.80 or something.
It's an easy mechanic, yeah, but you need safer equipment. Money is a small amount of money. He thinks it seems to be significant.
Warping around the planet.
He thinks it's significant. Is he lying? Delusional?
I don't know about
Or
significant.
lying delusional?
Whee!
Whee! Well...
Okay, now he's orbited.
As
Now
long
we
as
gotta
he's
get him
having
back
fun.
safe.
Exactly. That's where we're at in life. As long as he's having fun. I'm down.
So here we're gonna burn at my apogee to reduce my perigee.
Better than just getting stuck in space or smashing into stuff. The ground.
So we retro here until our... Oh, I'm hitting the wrong indicator.
I was very tired of the limitations of the Lunar Lander's lift vehicle.
Right.
The 3-minute orbital insertion burn. Ouch. 3-minute orbital insertion.
What do we want to come
burn?
down to? About 50-ish?
Anything. I don't like
47.
any of those words.
50.
For what?
This is going to be our deorbit burn.
Deorbit to what? Auto capture or auto brake? Aero brake, excuse me. Aero capture or aero brake? $25,000.
For aero capture?
Yeah.
Well, that's a little bit more than 150. Maybe about a negative 200.
You can go high since this capsule is kind of wonky.
Yeah, let's just give it 150 delta V. Plus, that'll give us, that's only 11 seconds burn time. We got a whole bunch of extra burn time.
Round capsules will wobble during re-entry.
Just physics. It's just physics, Jim.
It's just physics.
Turn retrograde. Alright there, Jedley. Hope you enjoyed your,
You don't see him? How do you see him? Where is he?
There he is.
I don't see him yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds.
And then he's looking around. Woo, isn't this fun, Jed?
He's a tourist.
You might as well have just gone to the mall and gotten in the little simulator. But you do get to creep over Valentina's shoulder like, you know, creepy politician style.
Stop it.
Valentina, I like
Your
to
hair
smell
smells
your hair.
good. He looks like Valentina's gloves and hair.
Alright.
You guys stop it.
Here we are.
And the floor.
Here we are all oriented.
Yippee!
Wasn't that fun, Jedley? Didn't you like that?
Let's see if lots of people come in if they think you're going to smack into the...
Well, we got 20 seconds to the burn.
Sorry.
And it's only 150.
It's like being a submarine. They only come if there's fire or planets.
You ready?
Kinda. Yeah.
You ready for a retro burn?
Ready as I'll ever be. Kermit isn't cool enough for a click.
Slow down. Blind burn. Blind burn. That's okay because we got lots of fuel. We can do blind burns. I'm especially capable at blind burn. Look at that, 42.
No.
On the dot.
No.
Okay. That's not 42. Make it down to 25. Here's 34.
We can do
33,
blind burns.
32,
No.
31, 30, 27, 26, 25. There we go.
Bad doggy, no biscuit. Bad cop, no donut.
So there. That's fine. We got it slowed down nice like. Now let's just warp around to here. until we're starting to come back in the atmosphere and everybody wants to see us explode. But we have a plan to prevent exploding.
Let's see if your plan's working.
For safety, couple.
Standing by for safe decouple.
Alright, here's where we're at. So, let's see. We want to be landing in this water over here.
Too late to save decouple.
How so? How is it too late to safe decouple?
That's what he said.
I don't know. Oh, reconnection danger, yeah. Well, we're at 53.
Warning, reconnection danger.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to slow ourselves down.
How are you going to do that?
With the rocket engine. Rather land in the mountains than burn up on re-entry.
The fact that you're even actually asking ticks me off!
But look, it's flaming fine! And doesn't it look lovely?
How do you know history? Because he's smart.
Look, it's like a flaming dart looking
In
thing.
science. A flaming dart. How do you know history and science?
How do
the
you know?
googly box.
Oh, yeah, right. Googly box is our history. Unfortunately. Oh, look at that beautiful sunrise over the horizon.
Ooh!
As we try and slow down.
That wasn't a question. You had a question mark.
Look at that. We're getting our nice deorbit speed nice like. Keeping our temperatures low. Keeping ourselves stable.
Oh.
See how that works?
I see that now. Hence the quotation marks.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Intact re-entry.
Ish.
Are you sure?
We ran out of fuel.
Oh, boy.
Now we're speeding up.
Prepare for decouple.
Should I decouple now?
Oh, my
Decouple
God.
immediately?
He says...
decouple. That'll reduce my mass and slow me
Reconnection
down.
danger. Oh, boy.
There we go. Ah, we're good. Ah, ain't that lovely? That wasn't stressful at all.
A tool.
Toodly-doo. Toodly-doo. Sorry, Mr. Kazakhstani farmer.
Go for subsonic. Stabilizing. They're all clapping.
Yay!
Standing by for
Parachute
shoots.
deployed.
There it is.
We get to watch the
Shoots out.
well, I guess it was the orbit stage. The deorbit stage crash upon the ground.
Nobody new's come in to see if you crash.
Well, that was a nice flaming re-entry. How could you miss it?
No, they're just waiting to see if you're gonna kill Kerbals.
People wanting a planetary. I'd be fine getting a space station and some rendezvous too.
I'd be happy to get some
with the rendezvous yet. We got a rendezvous contract we got to fulfill, and you know, a couple other things. Do the other things. See what we're still good on the electric charge because I got 4 battery packs. You see, it's always landed. Oh.
A flyby would be interesting challenge, but that would be worth the science.
Other decouple. That's what caused us to explode last time.
Other decouple.
Other decouple, get rid of all that excess battery pack. And heat shield. That's what gets me down to 6 meters a second. That was a rental. Is this thing still falling? I guess it is. I thought that would have exploded on the ground by now. Noony, noony, noony. Let's warp on down to the ground.
Warp on down, Foxy Brown.
Well, I was wondering why we landed so hard last time.
Probably
And
glitched
blew
out
stuff
or
up.
semi-despawned. Standing by for touchdown.
Would be helpful to have the altitude off of the ground instead of that. Bloop. Warble, warble, warble.
I knew
Woo!
people coming in to see you, see if you crash.
Still a fast landing at 6 meters a second? Let's recover this vessel before he wobbles down the hill or something.
Touchdown confirmed, he says.
Hello. Oh, look at that cable. Choking me.
And now the screen is black. Contract complete.
Woohoo! Alright, let's see what else we can do for money. See, build a new orbital station around the moon.
That's
Or an
what you've
orbital
been wanting to
station
do
around
this whole
Kerbal.
time.
Or around Kerbal, for that matter.
Science data from around the moon.
Science data from around the moon? Yeah, we could probably do that with another moon orbit.
Orbital station is Harad.
Well, this is how specific it is. Not terribly specific about the orbit and stuff.
Orbital station equals making a large space station.
It looks like it.
5 Kerbals.
Yeah, 7
We don't
years.
even have 5 Kerbals, do we?
Well, that
Access.
might be a bit much. What about the moon one? How many Kerbals does that take?
Read it.
Let's see. More with the 5 Kerbals. Jeez.
14 years.
Ferry 2 more tourists.
It's a space station, so yeah.
Chief Bottle Washer. Probidine. Let's see. Orbital and suborbital. Does that count as one flight?
Science data from around the moon if you already have a craft in orbit with science
Huh.
capabilities.
I hadn't thought of that. Science data from around the moon. Transmit or recover data from around the moon. Let's take that and go check out the tracking station. Let's
You
see
could
what we
just
got.
Turn an old satellite on and gather a quick science.
Yeah, let's see what we got at the tracking station. We got various moon satellites. Yes,
Yes.
there they are on the moon.
Oof.
Do we have moon satellites? I gotta do this. Focus the moon. That's odd. I guess we don't have actually any satellites about the moon.
It's all about Kerbal. You have crafts
Oh,
disabled, silly.
oh, there we go. I knew something sounded funny. ComSat MO, huh?
You got one.
ComSat MO. So if we fly that one,
Only
let's check it
one.
out. Do. Well, here he is floating about in space. Got some fuel left, probably.
Hopefully it has science.
Yeah, most of these old guys have science. You said it doesn't matter if it's worthless science, like this pressure? And or if it doesn't even have any value?
It can be any science, yeah.
Ah, cool. Well, there you go. Well, that was easy enough. Mission complete!
Yay! Contract complete, not
Contract
mission.
complete, yes. We'll run back to the Space Center now.
Speed run.
Yeah, right? Let's see what else we got in the contracts department.
See, when you're not dying, people leave.
We got 316,000. Yeah, nobody likes only 200 science. I guess we did buy some extra stuff. Orbital station on a solar orbit. Oof. Plant a flag on the moon. Can I do that robotically? Does it have to be Kerbin?
I thought you did plant a flag on the moon. People want death or success, and Kerbal viewers are notoriously picky.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Haul an ant liquid fuel engine into orbit above Minmus.
You just wanted to do something fun.
Something that wasn't so critical, because, you know, it was get him into a suborbital. It wasn't land him on an island. And, you know, get him into orbital flight. It wasn't high orbital flight with a particular this and that. So, science data from the surface of Minmus. Don't I already have something on Minmus?
You probably do.
I might have something already on Minmus. Let's
Yes.
take this one and go check it out. Back at the trekking station. Focus on Minmus.
That's why I like to keep surface landers active.
Let's see.
Because you never know when it might come in handy.
Not sure which one. Minmus Lander 1. This guy's up on top. I know he has science. Minmus Return 2, who didn't return. What's that blinging at me?
It might have been me.
Ow. Alright. Let's see, Mr. Minmus Lander.
I mean, this really is so easy.
Bonus. Contract complete. Yeah.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
See, we didn't just totally throw a bunch of garbage out in the universe, did we? 68,000 Kerbal money.
Hi, new people in the chat room.
Right. Let's see, more two tourists. This was the tourist traveling on the same curfew, scheduled to collect their fares. Doodly-doo. Doot-doody-doo.
Do-do-do-do.
Let's see. Get a lot of reputation.
That looks like a lot of stuff. 68,000 Kerbal money.
That's
That
what
was
we got
good for that
from the last
contract
one, right?
complete, I guess. Wow.
Let's see. And return them safely to Kerbin on schedule to collect their fares. So see how the suborbital is 3250 and the orbit is 3250? Can you see that? Is it above my head there?
Yeah, I see it there.
And then I guess keep doing both of them is 1950. Get both as long as you go
I think
orbital.
you get
huh?
big as long as you go orbital.
Well, we already have a way of going orbital. Let's just take these puppies back up. Come on. What's your name there?
20,
Sigmore.
19.5 per Kerbal and 22 respect points.
I got all sort of respect points, I think. Isn't that what this is? Alright. Well, let's do it again. Let's send Sigmore up.
And a completion bonus.
How's that sound? But we'll go to a much lower altitude. Scroll down and see the whole thing? Yeah. It looks like it.
That's all of it.
Doesn't look like there's any specifics as to what orbit or where you have to return them, that kind of thing.
Okay, so no completion bonus.
What's that? Oh, you mean down here? No completion bonus?
Just blast them into orbit.
Well, it's 19.5 for that completion of both orbits, 3250 for each. We'll go ahead and accept this. Let's go see how much our orbital air spacecraft cost us, as it were.
Are you sending up Kerbins?
Yes.
I don't like that.
Well, they're tourists. They're paying for it.
Alright.
And they're getting a crappy tour inside a capsule.
Stephen Hawking's never got his ride.
Did he?
No, he didn't. He went up in the vomit comet, but he didn't go.
The tourist craft. Alright, what did we not like about this one? It's got a swivel engine.
Once you realize you only profit like $25,000 a flight, it
burns.
burns out on you.
Well, that was what I was going to say. Here's 16.8. We get 19 something for succeeding. It cost us 16.8.
And you get 19, you get 30.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped playing Kerbal by the book.
I didn't know there was a book.
We did not have the book.
Well, there's this whole other thing about promotional things, and it was in the Mission Control Center or something. You could sell your science and all this kind of stuff.
Because after a while, the only reward is exploration, going far and seeing wonderful and strange new sights.
Well, we'll get there, because look, we got some, well, we don't have much.
Staging!
Yeah, staging.
Oh, I know.
Luckily, this is the same repeat flight as before.
Yeah, the admin stuff building isn't really worth messing with yet.
Yeah, the admin building, that's the one. Alright. Same flight.
Alright.
Get you to Jewel.
Jewel!
Let's check our crew. Jeb, go away, Bill. Sigmore wants to ride. Sigmore's ready to ride.
My heart longs for forbidden seas, like a manic stretch scroll.
Alright, now this time, we're just going to blast the center core until we get out of the atmosphere. And then we're going to save the rest of our center core for orbital insertion. And that way we're not going to go quite nearly as high, I'm thinking. Sounds like a plan, sounds like a plan.
Sure.
Alright, let's go.
The briny wash of lathe, the cold embrace of
Pole.
Val, and the strange peaks of Pole.
I guess those are the other planets.
Mi no comprende, signore.
I don't remember all the planet names.
No comprende, signor.
Alright, Jeb, you ready? Guidance, throttle. Same plan.
Of Jewel.
We're going to go mostly straight up. Go slightly to the right.
Oh.
We're going to go up, slightly to the right. But we're going to cut it off once we crack the atmosphere. And then that way we'll have more center core for orbital insertion.
Lathe, Tylo, Val, and Pole, and I think another one. I like Tylo, that's a good name.
Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Who's ready?
Go.
Who's ready to
You
fly?
I'm go. You go.
Countdown.
Patty's go.
Push the button. Push it. Push it. Push it. Push it down. Alright. Doodly doo.
Push button.
Push.
The button.
Doodly doo. We're doing okay. Just cruising right on up there. It's a 2.3 thrust to weight ratio. You'd think it'd accelerate better.
I don't think.
You don't think?
No.
Alright. Well, I'd think it'd accelerate better. It's now 3 times the thrust to weight ratio.
I don't think vanishes into space.
Alright. We're just cruising this until we crack the atmosphere.
Tell me, Captain, what are your dreams about for Kerbal?
For Kerbal. Well, I want a space station. And I want some remote lander pod on the far side of Minmus. I decided that I don't like the moon. The moon don't like me. That's okay. Minmus is further out anyway. Let's go prograde till we crack the atmosphere.
Where do you dream of landing or going?
Well, again, we're going to land on the far side of Minmus.
I decided I don't like the moon, George Bush on Constellation Program.
That's pretty close.
The strategy is not right to get there.
Alright, we're coming up on atmospheric clearance. I think we're good for the flaring. Who's ready for fairing?
I'm ready for
Fairing separation.
Oh boy.
Fairing separation confirmed. Cracking the atmosphere. Throttle back. Now let's see where we're at. Let's get ourselves
You do
into
need
a
to
good
learn
little...
to moon if you ever dare of landing on a rocky world or Jules moons. He's landed on plenty of rocky stuff. We watched him roll into caverns. And...
That's not a good thing.
Oh, it's not?
Let's see, 500 by 100? That's plenty. You don't need to be in a perfectly circular orbit. 2-minute burn in 16 seconds. That's the sound of the gear of the creaking of the engine parts. Alright, we've got one of these
you don't need
mid-burn stagings going on here.
In quotes, you don't need to be perfectly circular orbit. Boeing Starliner flight computer. Oh. Let's not talk about bad about Boeing.
Yeah, Boeing's cool-ish.
Hey, Boeing is been a huge part of our life for many years. They were.
Staging. Rocket firing.
I don't want you to get in no trouble now.
Back to the blind, onto the non-blind burn.
I'm a third party.
I don't need to go that far up into the, we don't need to make the apoapsis that much. So we might kill this burn early, but that's what I like about this. This is cool, it's a quick little thing. We don't have to be all exact with our orbits and our inclinations. And all exact with the amount of fuel we brought on board.
Rough lines.
Yeah, ad hoc space flight. If I just had unlimited fuel.
Casual flight mechanics.
Not totally casual. I like having the planned bits. I wish I could get friggin' tracking on the guidance target.
Failure is an option, I guess. Sure.
Well, the point is to have enough spare that you can
Failure
correct
is not
yourself.
an option when we have Kerbals on board.
No, we don't want to kill any more Kerbals, that's for sure.
That was horrifying and horrific, and we didn't appreciate it or like it.
It was no fun for the Kerbals either.
No. Well, that's why there's failure modes.
We're getting into the orbit. Playing around with the orbit.
Or safe methods of failure.
Doodly-doo. Well, if I
like abort to land, abort to orbit, emergency abort, etc.
Yeah, and if I had more confidence in my ability to rescue folks from orbit, I'd be far more likely to get them stranded in orbit. There, that's almost circular. 133 to 118. 136.
Contract just lit up.
That's good enough. Yeah, we don't need to burn all that extra fuel. All we
So you
need to
did
do-
something right.
There we go. See?
See?
Woohoo! And yeah, I guess it counted the suborbital as well. So screw the little rocket.
Yay.
And we're so close, we're not going nearly as fast. Actually, we have to be going faster. We have to be going faster to stay in orbit when we're closer to the surface. Yes?
Clown says question mark, question mark, question. Yes.
But if we're in some big...
The closer you are, the faster you go.
Yeah, but if you're in...
The further, the slower.
Right, but if you're in a big old elliptical orbit, the closer you are, the faster you're going. Even faster.
Since gravity scales down with distance.
Right, but if this were a big elliptical orbit, then I'd be going slow out here, and I'd be going super fast when I came back around here. Whereas right now, I'm only doing 21. And I was doing faster than that.
Yes, like a roller coaster.
Yeah. Alright. So he's got to, I guess he's got to get a whole orbit in? I don't know. It didn't really say whether he has to get a whole orbit. So we'll give him a whole orbit. Whee! Take a look out the window! Look out the window! Quick, quick, look out the window!
Do you have the lights on? Can you turn the lights on?
Re-entry module doesn't have a light? I guess not.
That's funny. T minus what
There
the
we
hell?
are.
Lights are on so you can see how dark it is inside.
There we go.
It is outside.
There you go, Sigmar. Take a look around. There's Jeb's big old Frankenstein head.
Hey!
Oh, that's actual thruster. Man, alrighty.
Hey
then.
now.
That's actual engine thrust.
Pay attention.
Oh, these are all active, are they? I don't see any labels. What's this button do? Favorite
yeah.
last words. What's this button do?
Watch this.
Huh? I don't know. Those seem non-active. I don't know what that'll do. None of them are labeled. Who
That's
built
kind
the
of how they control
battle?
the vessel.
Yeah, with labels though. I mean, really now.
Where's Ray and his label master? when you
Why?
need him?
Why I got 2 throttle levers if I got 1 engine? What's that about?
I mean, assume you know what it is.
No, they still label it.
They do.
They do label it.
They do label it.
All right. We've done our orbit.
All right.
Our orbit.
So, what have you won or got from this? This is a simulator with green dudes. Not Herman Munster. Herman Munster was a green, flat-headed dude, though. You gotta admit.
Was he green?
Yeah. Herman Munster was green. They just shot it in black and white.
Alright. So now we're going to go retro at the right time.
It would be nice if there was English labels at least.
If we go red, that's why I want to hopefully tie into this and make my own control panel.
That was accomplished orbital for one guy.
Yeah. So that gets us
what was
19,000 something. But that's only if we get back home safely. So we're going to reduce our periapsis to 25, you say, or so. 25. And this time we're just going to ditch the extra weight.
Well, I mean, the controls are also super simplified, so labels aren't too necessary, in my opinion.
Hey, I didn't want any of that component.
I want some IMO yogurt.
Well, that's too much. 75. Gets me to 33.
I honestly think you would panic to death if you did a lunar landing and a landing
Yeah,
in
right.
first person.
I know, right?
For real.
It would be. Oh, the secret to all of this lunar landing is freaking retro jets. Instead of having to rely on tilting in the right direction to fire, to have
Considering
these
how
things.
you react to dynamic situations.
Remote control, retro thrusters. What do they call these things?
Retro thrusters.
These guys.
Retro thrusters.
Just retro thrusters. There's some other
I don't
term
know.
for it. Anyway, reaction control system. Yeah. And which means actual little engine jets. So if you're flying like this, and you're trying to land, right? If you're moving like this, right now I have to tilt the system that way and fire to zero the latitude.
It acts as out of control, and you can do it on sideburns.
It allows you to just go zzz, 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 zzz with the craft without having to angle the craft.
Go Ingles.
So, our next lunar lander will have some reaction rockets on it.
But even in real life, they still use a primary engine.
Well, certainly for the reduction in descent rate and such. But the reaction control thrusters should help me zero out a small amount of lateral without having to angle.
For tilt and lateral control.
Exactly. And I do have them in the toolbox, so I should use them. Warping to next maneuver.
Yes, a very small margin.
Alright. Well, it has it as this target here, but in reality I'm just going retro for 6 seconds or so.
It won't probably stop you over like 50 meters per second, probably.
Well, it wasn't that bad. The problem is it only takes like 10 meters a second to fall over, right?
Except with a lot of time, but none of what I'm saying will make any sense to you actually do it.
Yeah, I haven't tried them yet. Alright, 25 seconds to a 6-second burn. Deorbit burn. And we will be bringing Mr. Jedley back home. After a nice little... It's just been a night of commercial flights. We got one flight left. That ought to round out the 2 hours.
Yeah.
And we'll make some cash, huh?
I hope. And then you're going to spend a lot of time checking this thing out. I was kind of really stupid not to use RCS more, but because I learned to fly better, I managed to never need RCS ever. Well, he flies with the controller.
Well, I don't know how much that matters, really.
I think it matters that they always talk about using the mouse and how much easier
or the keyboard,
it is.
you mean?
The keyboard and the mouse. Right?
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I fly with the keyboard.
Here's the Perry. Have you seen the control panels people have made for this game?
So he's got no excuse.
Well, I got an awful lot of fuel in this thing, and I'm only going 2100.
Since you got direct control.
So, should I do some more retro fire, or just ditch it, you think?
Why would you ditch it? What are you ditching?
The transfer stage.
Why would you ditch it?
Because I don't need it no more.
Why don't you need it?
Because I'm already got my periapsis down to 32 kilometers, which means I'm going to be in the thick of the atmosphere.
Aero capture at 25,000 meters.
Oh. I'm a little high. Well, we'll do a little more retro burn.
Get down on it.
Get
Come
down
on
to 25,
and get down on
29,
it.
28, 27, 26, 25.3. 25.0, like I do at the gas pumps. Beep, 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 beep.
Alright.
Alright, do I need any more of this fuel? Let's see, where can I safely ditch it, though? Look at all that land mass I'd be jumping it over.
These precision skills for re-entry will be totally useful when you get interplanetary.
Well, if I know the key points, like the 25,000 and such, for the other worlds. See, if we warp to
Kerbal
here...
is 99% uninhabited.
Apparently.
So you can just crash stuff anywhere and not worry about killing people.
How did they get to a space program so fast with barely any inhabitants?
Must be smart.
I guess so.
Trying to get the heck out of that place. It must be hell.
Alright. So here's we're at 68. Let's ditch it. Woo! That was a nice little spin around. That was a nice little spin around there.
Because making cities would lag the game. You're probably right.
Well, you could make pictures of cities, and that'd just be more of the land overlay. You can make this texture could be any texture.
All right, let's see how many people come in when they think you're gonna crash into the thing.
Well, true.
Of a city.
Yeah, it'd be more like a satellite overlay than.
It'd be ugly as heck.
It won't let me focus on the debris.
Go for re-entry.
We're doing 2300 on re-entry.
Maintain altitude. Aptitude. I'm trying to read every word properly.
We got plenty of electric charge. We got plenty of ablator. We got double ablator.
Double ablator.
Here we go. Should be warming up any time now.
Re-entering now.
Around about 53. See how our parry keeps dropping. Oh no.
Nice
Sigmore.
And gentle re-entry.
Look around, Sigmore. How does re-entry look?
Nobody new's coming in, so I don't think you're going to crash.
I'm getting too good at it.
Yeah.
They liked it better when I was falling apart.
Yeah, they did. People love to watch you. Some flashing fire. No interplanetary. People like Eve.
There are a lot of videos about going to Eve. And then there's some humongous trench on Eve that people try and land in.
Why?
I don't know why. Just to explore it, I guess. It's a difficult biome to get to, I imagine.
Eve equals purple and it has seas and lots of atmosphere.
Oh, why are you overheating this time?
Oy.
You weren't overheating last time.
Change your thing a little bit. And nearly impossible to escape from surface. It's fine, he says.
Well, this is why I was thinking I'd do some retro.
Batteries are exposed.
Yeah, they are a bit. But I also noticed that I can kind of just,
Turn it.
give it a slight rotation.
It's a design issue, not a flight issue.
I can rotate it a little bit and let them get a little heat relief.
But yeah, you can gently heat roll.
Yeah, heat roll, I guess it is. I guess that's a thing.
But that can be dangerous.
Everything can be dangerous in space, man.
Space. Dangerous.
And if the batteries blow up at this stage, it's not that big a deal.
You're over an ocean.
I've got some battery in the capsule as well. So we're getting down there. We're below 1500.
Shards of copper and lead shoot through capsule.
They might. But there's micrometeors anyway, so no matter what you
Battery
do.
acid sprays into plasma. Great.
Well, looks like we're landing just offshore.
Lithium flame.
Yeah. Hey, they said those were a couple of double A's. I think they're just freaking NICADs. There's no lithium batteries in Kerbal. They'd need Kerbal, Canada to get all their lithium.
Well, that was a quick burn. I think the bigger ones are, yeah.
Well, maybe. We can do parachute. Let's do parachute.
Standing by for subsonic.
Which I think is, what is subsonic? 600 meters a second? On here? Or maybe 300 some odd. Oh, I don't need the SAS now. And so, this was the other thing. Since we don't need said battery pack and everything, I mean, I guess we could try and land with it, but it's going to greatly increase our landing speed.
I normally consider subsonic whatever the safe deploy speed is for the main chute.
About 400 it says, usually. Well, we're going to land in the water, so...
Are you?
Looks like it.
Oh, yeah.
That's fine, and we probably won't blow up the battery pack, so since we're not likely to blow it up on landing like we did that one time.
That one time?
That one time we blowed up on landing, and I got all scared. That one time, just the one time I was all scared.
Just the one time. Yeah, just the one time. Rather than the real value, I normally consider normally the real value. No, people come in because they don't think you're gonna die. Why does most sound disappointed to most information?
Disappointed. She's just getting through it all.
You're gonna splash down. Oh!
Well, splash down should be good. We can save the battery packs, theoretically.
Theoretically.
Well, at least as far as the game's concerned. See, we were only doing like 6 last time, and it went kablam when we landed. Kablam land. Alright, let's get down to the ground. Another contract complete. Sigmore got to ride in the capsule.
Yay!
There we go. Slow her down as we get down to the bottom. Splursh down.
Yay, part 1 of 2 contract complete.
Splursh. Alright, recover vessel.
Plan B.
Just
My
go
plan B
interplanetary.
was to skip Mumar return and just go to interplanetary for morale boost. But these man flights are important training. Yeah, they sure
interplanetary
are.
probe, remote probe. We can do an interplanetary probe next time. The tourist advanced to level 1.
Ooh.
Okay. What does that mean for a tourist exactly?
That means something good for him.
Alright.
0 reputation. I don't know why it shows you that.
It seems a little strange. You got a sticker, yeah. Right?
You got a sticker. A gold star.
Sigmore's travel itinerary and Mackler's.
1 hour, 45 minutes. I'm gonna go turn my oven on.
Alright, we're gonna try and do this one in a super fast flight time.
Are you?
Mackler is gonna go up and come down as fast as we can. Get to the crew. Mackler's a tourist. We're gonna give the flight to Valentina. Speed run flight. That's right. Everything's all still the same. We're going to launch. And it slows down. Was he orbital? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much standard profile. Yeah, he's orbital, suborbital as well. Mackler. Guidance, throttle.
Staging, staging, staging.
Staging is check as a go. Normal orbital profile loaded. We're 3, 2, 1, takeoff.
Staging is go. Patterns go.
Alright, we're cruising on up. Keeping ourselves vertical. Let's look at it from this direction for once. Just to be different.
Oh no!
What? No. I'm aware of my spatialness.
Warning!
I'm aware of my spatialness.
Do not be different!
Do not be different.
Always face north!
But we want to watch the separation from this direction. And for some reason, they always smack into each... Oh, they didn't smack into each other. Cool.
Mandatory!
Alright, I'm facing north. Let's see what our numbers are. Burning the center core until we get to out of the
Wrong
atmosphere.
program. A bit wonky, but I think we should be good.
There we go. Maintain prograde. That'll
It's
give us
a bit anti.
a decent arc.
But there it goes.
Yeah. That'll give us a decent arc if we maintain prograde here.
Well, they're happy little campers in there. Don't fall prey to automation.
Yeah, I've seen it prograde out of control, if you will. Where prograde keeps falling over, and so it keeps following it. It's usually when you're closer or more in the atmosphere.
It's not meant to be depended on.
Alright.
Only supplementary.
Aero shield deploy. Main engine cutoff. Map mode.
You are the brains. It is the hands.
Apoapsis burn to orbital insertion. 512. That's because it's wonky.
Standing by for apoapsis. Aeroshell jettison. Did that already.
470 some odd. $2,000 gets me a 274 131. Still a burn is happening quickly now. Ah, you stupid sass. See, there was that automation messing with me. It was trying to get back to the sass.
Who said don't fall prey to automation?
I know, but I make automation. That's one of the things I do is automation.
Sassy robot.
Alright, Meckler, you like this here flight? You having fun yet?
I don't think so.
Here we go. Staging. Let me get a little separation here and boom! We're off. Back to the map.
He's completely emotional static.
Suborbital.
Not to throw up. To not throw up. I think
What?
he'll take a pill before flight. No, he drank a bottle of wine.
Yeah, I did. Not a bottle, but like, I don't know, 30 seconds of wine?
Enough wine.
Enough to turn bright red for 20 minutes.
An hour.
Or an hour. It's not really helpful.
30 seconds of wine.
Yes.
Yes. Chugging 30 seconds out of a bottle.
Well, why wouldn't it be a measure?
Well, I watched him.
Well, what she saw was about 1 second. That was about all I could handle.
Woof.
This is a friend of ours who just insists on giving us stuff when we help her out. And usually it's cash. This time it was wine. I thought, why not?
It's like the time I heard someone say 100 cigarettes per second. I don't think so.
Yeah.
20, 40 a day is bad. It took me a long time to figure out how not to do that. They were looking at a speedometer.
Tomorrow, stay on target, will you?
It was weird, hard to explain. Like a mental slip. What are you waiting on? Paint to dry?
Finishing the burn here. Be my little
No, it's behind you.
Apo and
I don't
Perry.
see that end.
Oh, what's up here? Up in here that I'm looking at. Close enough. That's part of what I like about this job. This part. There we are. We're orbital.
Orbital.
Mackler has made it.
Signor's
since-
traveling.
Apparently, we only have to give him a half orbit. Let's add a maneuver at the Apo and retro back down to 25. 25.
I kid. This is what some might call settling. I kid.
25. Alright. And we warp the next maneuver.
Warping the next maneuver.
Which is a 7-second retro burn.
We literally did what NASA did in real life. Went to the moon. With Michael. Well, that's expensive and hard. Stop
doing that. Yeah. Starts taking
Waits a
on.
long while.
Takes a long while of doing commercial stuff.
Michael was in the
Satellites
capsule
for
when they did
people.
that. That's my favorite astronaut.
Let's stay retro. Stay in retrograde. Get to where we can see the moon.
Oh crap, who needs rockets?
Don't need all that stuff, really.
Oh, we need rockets. Oh crap, we need rockets. Burner phone prom. Commercial program starts.
Alright, we're 11 seconds to a 7-second deorbit burn. Deorbiting now. Tick, 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 24. That sounds good.
Meanwhile, China was like, well, if anybody else is doing it, I guess I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah, well, the moon ate a bunch of their landers too,
Yeah.
so I don't feel so bad.
Wasn't Japan the one that actually got the thing on the other side? It was not China.
Was it China? Or
No,
I
it's
think it
Japan.
was Japan that was the latest where
They're on the dark side of the moon.
the lander
China
worked.
did, he said.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the lander didn't work, but the orbiter did. Is that the?
I don't know.
I don't recall. So 1802. You are completely wrong, he says. Japan has never landed. India. Oh, it was India that did the thing, yeah. Oh, first try they admit. Come on now. Alright, warping until we get closer to the landing zone. I'm sure we were. I'm sure nobody gets anything that far out into space without us noticing. Alright. Now, I'm just going to burn a bunch of fuel to slow down a whole bunch so that I don't have such a nervous re-entry.
You go, nervous re-entry.
And so that we can... Alright. I want to get over the water, though. We'll wait until we get over the water. Then we'll slow down. I don't want to land.
Anti-nuke programs are built exactly for that.
Yeah. Let's see what our position is anyway. Yeah, we could retro some more. Slow ourselves down some more.
China succeeded because they played it safe and did a lot of testing and spent the money and didn't go low with estimate.
Well, when you can...
They're communists!
Yeah. When
they don't have a bidding cycle.
Yeah, right.
They made their own ComSat network around the moon. They made their own ComSat network around the Earth.
Didn't they?
Yeah. You sure did.
Well, this is fun.
Is it?
Yeah, we're slowing down nicely. We're going to land in the water so far. I like the slowing down part.
Coming down is the hardest part. I mean, a few nations have relay capabilities around the moon.
I was surprised we didn't already, at least plan to have a moon or GPS. I guess it would be an MPS. Lunar Positioning System.
Especially at such high frequency. America is just really dropping the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to get out
Sometimes you
of...
gotta make that money, and that's generally done with cheap orbital flights.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get out of our atmosphere with as much stuff as Elon Musk is putting up.
Yeah, right. We're going to be trapped in our own atmosphere.
Gotta make that money. Not making much. We ain't making that money. Not yet.
No.
Elon Musk got big plans.
Right.
Just listen to his crap.
He got all sort of ideas. I don't know how.
He does. Every day is a new idea.
Whee!
His ugly truck. He's our only chance. Oh, calm down.
Well,
I do not like him.
Well, it's just like nobody who knew really liked Von Braun either, but...
I thought Von Braun was handsome. You don't like anybody. You don't know. I love everybody.
She doesn't like Tesla. She doesn't like Elon just because he cut her off at the airport. That's why.
And then when I got to the stoplight and looked over at him, he was all mean mugging me. He had no idea I'm like 5 times bigger than he is. I beat his ass. I'm like a monster compared.
Right. Well, I don't know.
I do.
What is this, grade school? It is at the moment. Alright, it looks like I'm going to be, he looked at me funny. No, he glared at me funny. Actually, it was quite humorous because she just laughed at him. And he was all upset. Alright, I'm ditching all that extra weight there. And, oops. Oh, well. Once the parachute catches hold, it'll loosen up. There we go. Whoa! That'll get me down to 6. What? Round capsule. He's fine. The sass will hold him up, right? Right? Getting snagged like that. Let's see, we're almost down. We got, how many commercial missions is that? Yeah, this is probably the last time we bother with the spherical pod here. Here we are, landing on a hill, landing on a hill.
Loud metallic scraping beeping noise.
That doesn't look too much like a hill.
Hey, new people came in the room. Hey, everybody.
Standing by for touchdown. Woo! Crew report.
He didn't die.
Do we do that here? Oh, yeah, let's do crew report.
It seems like a new place.
Oh, 1.5 science. It ain't great. So, does Valentino or Meckler want to do an EVA now that they're on the ground? Tourists may not disembark from the vessel.
Yeah, don't be doing that, man. It doesn't work out for you.
It didn't die. How about Valentina?
Liability reasons.
Yeah, right. Nah,
She don't want now. What the hell?
Let's just recover. We're good to go.
Yes.
How many tourist flights was it? We got 3
Please keep your
screw-up
hands
flights.
and feet inside the rides at all time, and your head.
Was it 3 or 2 messed up flights before we got?
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want
to.
I don't want to.
I don't know. We had all sorts
go
of
on the
flights.
bad. I want to go on the good.
Well, we got like 6 launches in
Ooh,
tonight.
you got a lot of funds.
Yeah. Now we got nearly 500,000 Kerbalins. What to upgrade? Can we upgrade the
Got some
the VAB?
money.
Nope. That's an expensive VAB upgrade.
Kerbucks.
Let's see, R&D. Woof, that's an expensive upgrade. Tracking station, expensive. Well, I don't even care about the space plane hangar so far. One of these days I'm going to have to get in there. Mission 282, and all it is max active contracts. We don't really need that. Okay, so nothing really to spend the money on down here. Oh, maybe the launch pad. Let's see. Unlimited size and weight. We're probably going to need a launch pad upgrade, right? Only upgrade if you have millions. Begging ban. Oklahoma. Alright, well, if we have to upgrade the launch pad in order to get the bigger rockets to go places, then we will. But
save yo money.
What? Save the game?
And save the game. 2 hours.
Tourist flights done.
Yay. You got some good stuff. You didn't, crap out the whole time.
Let's see what other mission control.
Missions successful.
Orbital station. Rescue a dork who's stuck somehow.
No death, no craft loss. That's what I'm talking about.
Science data from the surface of the moon. What? I got something sitting on the surface of the moon, don't I? Let's do that real quick then.
Hey.
That's worth another 21,055. Let's see. Rescue.
55 grand for just some surface moon science.
Right? Surface deployed mystery goo observation science from Jesus. Surface deployed mystery.
Do you already
goo.
have that?
I think I've done it once before.
Well, then you can't do it again, right?
Apparently you can. Apparently I can take this contract.
Yeah, I think the surface deployment is manned only.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Let's see. Doesn't seem to say specifically. Alright. I think we're pretty much done.
Plus, I want you to see what all is over here. You're not going to believe all this.
Alright. Alright, I think we're good for now.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah.
I could not hear anything at all.
Well, we'll figure that out next time.
That didn't matter. I didn't need to hear anything. Thanks.
Bye.
See ya.